high school teachers named cheating as one of their top student behavior concerns, behind tardiness and skipping class. Now, that should matter to every school using AI because the easiest response is more monitoring, more detection, and more consequences. But if the work can be completed by a student pasting directions into AI and turning in the answer, the problem is not only the student's choice. The task may not be giving the teacher enough access to the student's thinking. That is the part schools can actually redesign. So the first step teachers should do is identify the thinking the assignment is supposed to reveal, not the product. The thinking. Is the student comparing sources, building an argument, applying a concept, explaining a process, interpreting evidence, or making a decision? If teachers cannot name the thinking, students will focus on finishing the task. The second step is to break that thinking into checkpoints. So before a student submits a final essay, a project, a lab, or a solution, ask for evidence along the way. Claim before the draft. A source choice with a reason. A math strategy before the answer. A paragraph annotation before the summary. A revision note explaining what changed and why. The third step is to require a student explanation that AI cannot know from the prompt alone. You can ask students to connect the work to a class discussion, a mistake they corrected, feedback they received, or a choice they made during the process. That brings the learning back into the room. The fourth step is to use short live moments, a 2-minute conference, a quick oral explanation, a partner defense, a written reflection completed in class. These moments do not need to be elaborate. They give teachers evidence of ownership. The fifth step is to allow AI only where it supports the target skill. AI can help generate practice questions, vocabulary support, reading scaffolds, or revision feedback, but it should not produce the thinking the assessment is meant to measure. Now, that distinction matters. A scaffold helps students reach the work. A shortcut replaces the work. A final step is to grade the process as a part of the product. If the only final answer counts, students will chase the fastest route to completion. When teachers value reasoning, revision, explanation, and decision-making, students understand that the thinking is the assignment. Cheating at this scale is not solved by surveillance alone. It is reduced when assessment makes student thinking visible at multiple points. The goal is not to catch more students. The goal is to redesign work where students have to show how they know what they know.